Hi, I'm Mr. Huber, and in this video we're going to look at exercise 3c. Rewrite each function in factored form and find its zeros, y-intercept and vertex. Sketch the graph qualitatively. Well, x squared minus 3x minus 108, that's our function. Here we go. And we want its factored form. Let's see whether we can find one. So 108, that could be 1 times 108. It could be 2 times 54. It could be 3 times 36. 4 times 27. It could be 6 times 18, or it could be 9 times 12. Well, at first you will be much slower than this. Well, you just have to think it through. And now, look, it's minus 108. So it could be minus 1 times 108. Or it could be 1 times minus 108. Minus 2 times 54. Or 2 times minus 54. Well, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 options, in fact, because each and every time this could be negative and this positive, or this positive and this negative, because it has to be minus 108. One of the two has to be negative. But then when you add them up, you need to get minus 3. And now it's quite easy to find the right solution. It will be 9 times minus 12. That's minus 108, and 9 plus minus 12 is in fact minus 3. That's the only one that satisfies both conditions. So it's plus 9 and minus 12. Now look, when you set this equal to 0, you get x plus 9 is 0. One of the two has to be 0, so x is minus 9. Or x minus 12 is equal to 0, so x is 12. So these are the two zeros. Now, you already know that your function is going to look somewhat like this. Your y-intercept is at 0 minus 108. So that could be down here. Then you have minus 108, sorry. Then you have your 12 out here, why not? And your 9 would be somewhere here. Minus 9, and this is 12. So you could draw your graph already, like this. And you know that your function is always symmetric with respect to the vertical line through the vertex. So the vertex goes through this vertical line. So it's right in the middle. So minus 9 plus 12 divided by 2, that's 3 halves, 1.5. Now you could work this out and say 3 halves, so f of 3 halves, because this is your x value of the vertex, so 3 halves plus 9, you plug it in here, times 3 halves minus 12. So this would be 18 halves, so 21 halves. This would be 24 halves plus 3 halves, so it's minus 21 halves. So this is minus 441 halves. I don't need a calculator for this. Obviously, you could use one if you wanted to. So that would be, divided by 4, because it's a half, 21 halves by minus 21 halves. So that would be minus 441 quarters, which then would be minus 110.25. And that does make a lot of sense, because Your vertex is obviously a bit lower down than your minus 108. So here you have your vertex at 3/2 and minus 110.25. Well, obviously you could do it with the method we use in exercise 2, but you see, it comes in very handy, not very much to calculate. Well, this is probably a bit of a slog. Once you get the knack of it, it's not that difficult anymore, and we will not go much higher up than 108. Well, we had 132, and here we will have a 400, but you'll see that will be very easy. But well, if the number back here is not too big, we will try the factored form, and we were lucky here. So just work out the zeros. Once you have your factored form, then work out the arithmetic mean of the zeros in order to get your x vertex, the x value of the vertex. Then plug that into the function in order to get the corresponding y value, which is minus 110.25. And now you have a very good idea of your graph. So I hope this wasn't too difficult. See you on the next one.